Now, I'll admit, sometimes you and I hog the spotlight.
Okay, we do. But we do have a team of reporters on the Big Purple Couch that hit the streets to find out a little bit more from students and the rest of the community on certain issues.
Our political affairs reporter, Allie, is doing exactly that each week with her Big Purple question. Here she is.
As of Monday, November the 16th, buses are officially on strike. Now, this is different from the weeks prior to the official strike where buses were only sparsely scheduled. What does this mean for you guys who depend on the bus? What does it even mean for those of you who drive cars now? It's your Big Purple question this week, and it's your time to vent about it. Bus strike? What are we going to do? So, Kevin, can you tell me, are you affected by the bus strike?
I am somewhat. I mean, I usually take the bus to school, but I live close enough. I live around Oxford-Warncliffe that I can manage like a 20-30 minute walk to school.
Lydia, how does the bus strike affect you?
A lot, actually. I take 2 buses to get to school every day, and from now on I will be walking.
Whereabouts do you live, if you don't mind me asking?
Around Cheapside in Adelaide, so it's going to be around a 45-minute walk every day.
Well, for getting to campus from my house, it's fine, but I also go to Fanshawe because I'm in MTP and television. So on Fridays, I have to trek to Fanshawe, and that will be very interesting if the strike continues until Friday because I don't know how I'll get there because it literally would take 2 hours or 2.5 hours to walk.
What is your main method of transportation to campus?
Well, if I'm lucky, on some days I can get a drive, but often my parents just drop me off at White Oaks Mall, and then I have to take the hour bus ride all the way to here, and then I take an hour bus ride all the way back and get picked up from White Oaks.
I'm either going to have to get rides from my parents, and I'll have to kind of work around their schedule and kind of depend on them because I don't have a license or car, so it's going to be a little tough.
Jonathan, does the LTC strike affect you in any way?
Of course. I live about 25 minutes in terms of walking distance away from campus, so it'll be a long way to go, especially in the wintertime, depending on how long the strike lasts, right?
Adam, can you tell me, are you affected by the bus strike?
No, I'm not.
And why is that?
I drive to school every day.
So do you have a parking pass?
Yeah.
That's really good. What do you think of the parking situation?
The parking situation is pretty rough at Western. It's really hard to find a spot, and if you do find a spot, it's really far away from school.
And think about it. Now we're going to have an influx in vehicle traffic, so those spots are really going to fill up. How do you feel about that? How are you going to work around that?
I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to try to find a different spot around campus, someplace maybe further away, which will be even worse because it's a longer walk to school now.
Is there anything that you'd like to see the USC do for you? I mean, do you think they have the students' best interests in mind?
I believe the USC is doing their best to try to help the students out as much as they can. Personally, I don't think they should bother. I mean, it just feels like a waste of resources to try to get me to school when I know people who are living like 45 minutes away who really need a way to get to school. They should be trying to arrange some sort of alternate transportation for them, not so much me.
Well, I don't know if they're planning to do like shuttle buses or anything like that. I know late at night I'm a little uncomfortable kind of with people walking home or in the dark, especially like young women. I don't know. But I don't know. I live pretty far away, so I don't know if they could just like get a bus that goes a little farther, shuttle bus or something like at night, just so that I could have a safe way home.
What do you think your USC can do for you about it?
Well, hopefully they can arrange shuttle buses to main locations all around London. I mean, I know there's not much we can do because LTC is the main provider for public transportation, but I don't know, anything is appreciated at this point.
I don't think it's the university's fault because they couldn't have speculated that this would happen, but I think that they should do something for students that do live so far away that they need to take a bus or take some sort of shuttle bus to get to campus.
Well, for right now, I'd almost like to lobby to try to have them work for us to get it back. But in terms of what they can do for the LTC and all that, I don't know much they can really do right now.
We need the buses. It's so basic for all students. We don't have the money to buy cars and pay for insurance and gas, as well as our tuition and all the other living expenses we have.
And let alone the parking pass, which is over $300, right?
Yeah, it's so extravagant.
The general consensus is that it not only affects Western as a community, but also the London community as a whole. So Unless the LTC comes up with a solution for us, we'll have to stick this one out together, Mustangs.